Under the rule of Devraj Indra, the heavenly realm of Devlok was defined by its wealth and absolute order. But this entire structure was dependent on strict discipline, a standard enforced by the fearsome sage Durvasa. Durvasa presented Indra with the divine Vaijayanti garland, an artifact representing a mind entirely free of material attachment. He made the stakes clear. The garland was a symbol of the humility required to hold such immense power. But Indra, consumed by his own status, treated the gift as a mere accessory. He casually placed the garland on the trunk of his royal elephant, which promptly became agitated and trampled the divine flowers into the dirt. This wasn't a simple lapse in etiquette. By allowing his ego to override the rules of the sage, Indra broke the very discipline that sustained his kingdom, destabilizing his authority in an instant. Durvasa immediately cursed the king for his arrogance. Without the sage's favor, the golden architecture of Devlok rapidly decayed, and goddess Lakshmi, the source of all prosperity, abandoned the heavens. Seeing the gods suddenly vulnerable, King Bali and his army of asuras launched a massive invasion. Stripped of their divine grace, the gods were easily defeated and driven into exile. During the retreat, the most vital substance in the universe was lost. The Amrit, the nectar of immortality, slipped into the depths of the cosmic ocean, leaving the world in darkness. Now mortal and powerless, the gods faced a grim reality. To regain their status and save the realms, they would have to cooperate with the very enemies who had just conquered them. Lord Vishnu proposed a dangerous diplomatic gamble. He convinced the Devas and the Asuras to form a temporary alliance to churn the cosmic ocean and retrieve the Amrit together. Churning the ocean required Mount Mandara as a central rod, with the serpent King Vasuki wrapped around it as a pulling rope. When the mountain began sinking, Vishnu intervened as the Kurma avatar, placing his indestructible turtle shell beneath the base to keep it spinning. It took this combination of planetary-scale engineering and a fragile alliance between mortal enemies to bring the ocean to a boil. But instead of the nectar, the churning first produced a dark, bubbling liquid called halala, a lethal cosmic poison. It threatened to annihilate everyone on both sides of the rope. The fumes were so toxic that they halted the entire quest for immortality. Neither the gods nor the demons could survive long enough to see the nectar emerge. Lord Shiva stepped forward and consumed the poison to protect the world. As he drank, Goddess Tara held his throat to prevent the toxin from reaching his heart, leaving his neck permanently blue and earning him the name Nilkanth. Shiva's willingness to absorb the world's pain stood in direct contrast to the pride of Indra that had triggered the disaster in the first place. With the poison cleared, divine treasures began to surface, culminating in the appearance of Dhanvantari, the physician of the gods, carrying the glowing pot of Amrit. The truce broke instantly as the Asuras stole the nectar. To recover it, Vishnu took the form of Mohini, a captivating dancer who distracted the demons and ensured the nectar was returned to the gods. One demon named Rahu tried to steal a sip by disguising himself as a god. Vishnu caught the deception and used his discus to sever the demon's head, creating two immortal planetary entities known as Rahu and Ketu. The gods eventually returned to their heavenly realm, having secured their immortality through a complex mixture of endurance, alliance, and calculated strategy. Tradition holds that as the gods fought to secure the Amrit, drops of the nectar fell to earth in 4 specific locations across India. These spots became the sites of the modern Kumbh Mela. Millions travel here, hoping to touch the waters where that original cosmic essence landed. This story also drives the annual Kanwar Yatra. Devotees carry suspended pots of water for hundreds of miles on foot during the monsoon season. The journey ends with devotees pouring these cooling liquids onto statues of Shiva. It is a symbolic attempt to soothe the poison he drank to save the universe. Every pot of water poured and every mile walked keeps the memory of that ancient sacrifice active. Through these rituals, the story of the churning continues to function as a blueprint for how one act of selflessness can stabilize an entire world.